got a lot of weapons now. I mean, you guys can hurt people offensively in a bunch of different ways. And I know that you want to improve things defensively and really offensively in the interior of the offensive line, defensively the interior of the defensive line were two areas that were obviously targeted for improvement. Talk about when you go and evaluate a draft class. You're done with free agency. You're evaluating a draft class. When does that process start? Take us through how long that process takes.
Sure. So really, this week post draft, you're catching your breath, but throughout May, you're ramping up and you're paying attention to, this upcoming class's tape based on the last season, right? So all the guys who are rising into that draft eligible year for them. So you start mulling over the list and you start identifying the guys who you're going to have to really spend a lot of time on, prioritizing the guys that you're going to want to go see in person, twice, three times throughout the year. Obviously, you're going to hit all these big schools at least once, but you start building kind of your priority list for planning out multiple stops and multiple games. And you're doing that really in May, and you're dialing in on all your summer tape, obviously throughout the summer. So that's really when it starts. And you're right. I mean, it goes throughout, until April when we really are in that last round of meetings where we're kind of flushing everything out and really stacking the board. And luckily for us in our structure, we all live in Cincinnati, which is unique throughout the NFL. There's a lot of benefits to that. One being, throughout the season, we're all back here in Cincinnati on Monday mornings to be part of weekly post-game and pre-game meetings. And then you go out to the road throughout that regular season and you go to all your school visits. But being part of those conversations, being part of all the draft meetings, each round, every meeting where some teams are set up where you might be in only a few days for those meetings. We really see the whole board. So when April comes around, we're able to fully add in all of our thoughts throughout the whole board. And it's beneficial when you get to the cross-checking stage, which typically comes later on towards the end of the regular season, where we start cross-checking other guys from outside of your area. It just makes those conversations a little bit fuller and a little bit more complete. You add in some new opinions, and then that all goes along with the coaches. So the whole picture really goes back from the spring up until April when all those conversations and stacking of the board really starts.